right, so I woke up feeling this way, right? I think Lagos is the state that is slowing the whole Nigeria down. And at this point, after thinking through all of this, I think Lagos should be made a country of its own. And here's why. Why must everything come through Lagos? Like anybody will import anything, the container must land for Lagos. And they get other options where they can create other seaports. Why must everything land and come through Lagos? You know, think about it. Lagos is actually slowing Nigeria down. Because imagine if we get other ports, like maybe we'll get the Delta State ports, may take care of all those eastern region. Say, container land for Delta State. The people that they Anambra who can carry from Delta State ports. People that they Enugu and all those neighboring states where the Anambra side for that region who can carry from Delta State. It will make things actually the cheaper. Do you understand? Come to think of it, Lagos is really slowing this country down. Make I park. None of it's making sense. Lagos is our problem. Lagos is our problem. Imagine say we get ports for Kogi. This land for ports. People at Abuja, Kaduna, all these neighboring states for that region, go come carry from there. It could actually make things day cheaper than when everything, bro, everything land in Lagos. Not just that. Bro, international flights. Most of the times people go through Lagos. Every other international airport you get for Nigeria, they just call them international airports, but they are abandoned. You cannot actually connect to like major countries from every other international airport apart from Lagos. Yes, some of them come to Abuja, but the main people fly from Lagos. By this time, Anambra and some states suppose don't get like major, like Enugu and suppose don't get like major international.
Barrister, that was a Verydarkman speaking. If I came across, honestly, Verydarkman is the only celebrity, only public figure that I followed online. So because he earned my attention, a sort of, sometimes he could be childish, but most times he's really doing what I think I can do if I were in his position. Sometimes I see myself through him. And so that is what has endeared me to him. So he's the only celebrity and the only public figure that I follow online. Every other public, I don't follow celebrities. I hate celebrities. I don't deal with them or whatever. So because of by the virtue of that I'm following him, I come across his or whatever. Most times he makes sense to me. That's why I'm playing this. And when he said that, actually, everything he said there, except the issue of Lagos being its own country, maybe being a country of its own. Apart from that, every other thing made really sense to me. And now, he said something that is very true, which is Lagos is slowing Nigeria down, slowing the Nigerian economy down, slowing the Nigerian populace down, slowing everybody down. As a result of that, so many things Lagos is one of the major reasons why things are getting more expensive. Apart from the economic policies, honestly, what he just stated is the truth. The truth that is true is factual. That Lagos is Lagos. The dynamics around Lagos are the core reason why things are so expensive. Truly. I know Peter Obi brought up this issue prior to 2023 election as one of his presidential campaign promises, that he will activate the River State seaport, a sort of, which is the truth. Now, Verydarkman enumerated very much enumerated in details what the prospects or prospective stuff we can take, or projection or whatever, which is, you have ports in Lagos State, we have seaports in Delta State, in Warri, we have seaports in Rivers. So these are the three major seaports, if not the only seaports we have. I think the three only seaports that we have. We can create a seaport, just like he said. The one for Lagos State should take care of the southwest.
one in Calabar.
Sorry?
There's one seaport in Calabar.
Okay. Oh, beautiful. Calabar. Now, we have 2 seaports in South. Those 2 seaports can service a part of the southeast. Then the one in a Delta state in Warri should service that of some states, neighboring states, Anambra, so and around that Edo and the Edo Delta or whatever, all those axes, etc. Then create another one in the middle belt. Within the middle belt, which is either what do you call it? Kogi State. Kogi does not have a sea; they have river, right? Just like Benue. Yeah, they don't have a sea. So, but these 3, but that's fine. Now, this can ameliorate the cost of living because what the Lagos alone, everything passes through Lagos alone causes massive increase on our transportation because, of course, we know what it means to transport this. When these things land, they'll transport it to the east. And remember, it is the easterners, when you talk of importation, overwhelming majority of the Easterners are the ones importing things. I would say about 80% of importation of goods are basically in the hands of the Igbos, the Southeast. So just leaving this thing in Lagos solely, exclusively in Lagos, it doesn't make sense. It's inimical to the economy, sort of. So you transport it, cost of transportation from Lagos to other parts of the country, especially the east, the south, is definitely astronomical. Now, I will play a video also that adds to the cost. Apart from this issue of the dynamics of importation exclusively to Lagos, we have another dynamic playing out into the cost of living in Nigeria. Let me play this clip briefly, and then we just I will get your opinion after that.
Other checking point.
3,000 each checkpoint.
Yes, police 2,000, army 3,000.
Gaskiya, I think that army is 1,000.
No, it's 3,000 now. Before now 2,000. So now they don't increase the money.
Army 3,000.
Yes, police 2,000. Yes. Produce, you get where you can, they can collect like 50,000, 30,000.
Produce.
Yes, 20,000.
Okay.
No, they easy.
You know, they easy. How na they can make profits?
So through that goods now. So that Bakaleke road. For the 70,000.
70,000.
Yes, 80,000. Yes, the Bonyi state.
Like for each state, like how many produce people like they Benue?
It's uncountable. They plenty.
You go to pay all these
30,000, 20,000,
they go like this.
Yes. From Adamawa to Calabar, 700,000. You can spend 700,000 before you reach where they go.
Barrister, you can imagine. You see, this transportation policy we have in Nigeria it is one of the major contributing factors to the prices of goods being skyrocketed. Tell me, you can imagine our security personnel are adding to the cost of living in Nigeria. You can imagine people traveling, carrying goods legitimately. These are not stolen goods. These are not contrabands. These are you heard what he said, including farm produce. For God's sake, you meet military checkpoints, you meet police checkpoints. They already have standard rates that these security agents charge them. Tell me now, couple it with this issue of Lagos being the exclusive state of importation, exclusive route of importation. What do you expect? Why will things not be expensive? Because every business person will build it into the cost, either retail or wholesale sale of his products. Barrister.
Yes, JIBRIN, what Verydarkman said is 100% correct. But what he didn't say is more than what he said. First of all, there is a conspiracy to keep Lagos as the main port of Nigeria. Main and virtually only, because there is a difference between a seaport and a deep seaport. The deep seaport are the ones that the larger vessels can access, the ones that carry big goods. We are supposed to have Lagos as a deep seaport, Port Harcourt as a deep seaport, Calabar as a deep seaport. On paper and by design, there's supposed to be a seaport in one of, I can't remember which of the southeast states, that a deep seaport in one of the southeast states. That is the design on paper that we have on the ground, but not in practice. Then you are supposed to have in what they call inland ports in Onitsha, in Makudi, in where I think in Lokoja. These are the dredging of the inland rivers to create inland ports. Now, if you have all these things, we have it on paper, but in practice, nobody has. There are times we heard that contracts have been given for the dredging of River Niger up to Makudi.
Yes.
For the purpose of creating the inland port. But as you hear it, that's the end of the matter. Perhaps money has been given for design, for feasibility, people have chopped, and the matter is back. Now, if you are to have and develop the Calabar deep seaport, Port Harcourt deep seaport, another seaport, and this one I happen to agree that the failure to develop a seaport in the east is deliberate and a conspiracy, because everybody knows that the Easterners are the main traders, are the people who import containers. If you take it in terms of percentage, I think the Easterners alone import 60 to 70% of the cargo. So, and they have a sea where there can be a seaport. So why not have a seaport there? It will ease. They don't even have to go to Lagos necessarily to go and bring their things. But why are we not doing that? Why are we not developing these other ports? There's operations in Calabar Port, there's operations in Port Harcourt, but they are skeletal. They are not on the size of what you have in Lagos.
Yeah, of course.
Because there's a deliberate conspiracy to keep Lagos in that position. Now, if you are talking about transportation that have effect on the cost of goods and services, look, if we are serious as a country, transportation is a holistic issue. You cannot single out one issue. Like, okay, I build the roads. If you build the roads, you neglect the railways. The heavy haulage of goods on the roads will destroy the roads in no time.
Yes, like we said earlier, everything that Verydarkman said, except Lagos being a country of its own, is I support them all 100%. The truth is, there are so many. The transportation policy of the Nigerian government has been not just in Tinubu's government. The entire transportation policy from the inception of the country has been very, very bad, skewed in one direction, and for obviously, like what Barrister Manta said, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy against certain block of the country, and to be specific, to the Igbos. It's also because they are the Barrister says 60 to 70%. I disagree on that. It should be more than that. Igbos are between 80 and 85%. Importers of goods. The importation business belongs to them, overwhelmingly belongs to the Igbo extraction. That's just it. And the major activities going on in the Nigerian economy is more in the southwest and southeast and the south. That is where the major economic activities are actually playing out in Nigeria. So for us to have Lagos as the exclusive route or whichever way you want to pronounce it, of importation is just mind-boggling. It's ridiculous. That's just it. So we should have a seaport. We have deep seaports in Calabar, in River State, Cross River State, and we have the one in Lagos. Then which others there? Someone, according to Barrister Manta, I don't know. I've not done the research. Sort of. So we have one in Igbo line in the east, southeast. So why can't we make this? Why can't we decentralize? Okay, sorry, we have that of the Delta State down in Warri, deep sea. So why can't we decentralize importation hub or our route of our seaport, decentralize the seaports where goods and items and goods comes into the country, and decentralize our airport. Airport too, we have Lagos, mostly Lagos. For God's sake, this same Lagos again. Lagos and whatever. A few days ago, something was it early this week or early this week. I booked a flight ticket to Nigeria, and what I checked Abuja, checked Lagos. There are only two. We have several international airports in Nigeria, but only these two international flights fly to. That's just it. And Lagos, overwhelmingly, Lagos has the overwhelming majority of the flights going there. Now, for whatever reason, if you are coming, usually the flight route, you get to Abuja first before getting to Lagos. If you are familiar with flight routes, it depends on where you are coming from, though. You get to Abuja first. But in this case, Lagos, I tried booking through Abuja and through Lagos because of my route, my destination. Lagos is more expensive than Abuja. Even though Abuja, flights pass through Abuja to get to Lagos. That's the route. So it doesn't make sense because why it's like that? Because Lagos is more expensive. Sorry, what am I talking about? It is, yes, Abuja is more expensive than Lagos. So I got Abuja cheaper than Lagos. So under normal circumstances, what the hell am I talking about? I'm sorry about that. I got Lagos is cheaper than Abuja. Yes, I think that is it. But under normal circumstances, Abuja is supposed to be cheaper because you get to Abuja before Lagos. But Lagos is cheaper. Why is cheaper than Abuja? Why? Because Lagos is where, I don't know, for whatever reason, that's where most flights end up. That's their most flights. That's their destination. So because we have more passengers there going to Lagos, so we have more passengers going to Lagos. As a result of that, it pays the airliners to actually land in Lagos as a destination, as against Abuja. Anyway, I don't know much about the dynamics of this or whatever, the cost implicated. But what I'm trying to say is, we can even our international airports, we should be able to decentralize that. We have international airport in River State. We have one. We should have one in Delta State. We have one. Okay, the one that of Delta State, Asaba, I think it's an international airport too. We should activate that. We should activate the Port Harcourt. The Port Harcourt, we still have flights going to Port Harcourt, but very, very rare international flights actually landing in Port Harcourt. Very rare. We have it's still happening, but very, very rare. And we have other international airports. We have international airports in the east. We have international airports in the north, in Kano to be precise. That is the major one in the north. So, honestly, our transportation system should be decentralized completely, both air, sea, and land. Everything should be decentralized. Because doing that will obviously reduce the cost of goods and services. The retail goods that's what I mean. That is the end good, the goods that ends up in the homes of Nigerians. So I think the government should do something about this. We know that politics is playing out on this. There is no doubt about that too. There is a kind of conspiracy against certain group of Nigerians, actually certain segments of Nigerians. So we understand that, but honestly, this is costing us hugely. It's affecting us individually. This is the reason, one of the major reasons why things are outrageously high in prices in Nigeria.